Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Alchemist Awakening. And on this episode, I am joined by a very good friend. We have Cypher Deck with us.
Hey yo!
And we have been playing around in this game quite a bit, guys. We're going to show you a lot of stuff that we've been doing off camera. One of the main things that we've kind of figured out how to do, and Cypher was here just explaining it to me, so if I'm going to turn it over to him and let him explain what's actually going on right now.
Alright, so there's these stone slabs that are throughout the world, and whenever I first found them, I was not seeing that you could right click them, but I found one of these stones and golems being surrounded by it. So what's happening is AC has created life into these golems by putting down stone, and then once he has told them to mine. So this stone, if I right click it, says a strong creature can mine that, create one. And so now they are mining us a lot of resources. This is not the only location. This is actually at spawn, but we have several other locations which we won't give the locations for.
And
Just in case.
And I did not even realize it, but if you click on these guys and trade with them, I knew you could get the resources off of them, but go ahead and click on one of them. I clicked on two already, so click on that third one right there and see exactly what they're mining.
Metal.
Yeah, metal. These guys are mining metal.
Oh my.
That is going to be amazing. Now, when you're done doing this, we've created these guys and we put them at spawn, guys. This rock cannot be destroyed. Even in the world, it can't be destroyed by golems. It can be destroyed by you, though, if you wanted to. But since it's in spawn, it can't be destroyed at all. So these golems are here for anybody who wants to use them. That is what we created it for. You can see the rock, though, actually does have life. If you look at the top of the screen when you hover over it, it has taken a little bit of damage, apparently. So maybe these can be destroyed. Maybe they only have so much inside, but we figured we'd make these golems as a present to everybody. Here's another rock right here. This rock wasn't here a minute ago, so I wonder if this just spawned or something. I don't know.
Where at?
Right over here to the left of it.
Oh yeah, it must have just spawned because I know it wasn't there.
That's so it must realize that one's being mined and go ahead and create another one for you. We went ahead and created some over here as well. I don't know if I think anybody can do it. I think anybody can control your little minions and tell them what to do. So we've created...
And you can name them also by going into the trade menu.
By going into the what?
You go into the trade menu or talk to them, and then go into trade, and you can name them, and they'll put a blue name like a character over them. Now, the reason... Oh, I have my double click on for some reason. If you notice, there is no metal at this one, but if you go over to the other one, there is metal. That's why they're able to harvest the metal.
Yeah, but
apparently
there's no life on this one, but there is life on the other one. So maybe the middle ones, they want it to be a little bit more rare, and that's kind of why that one's not going to last forever. But these minions, like I said, they're here. Anybody can use them if you guys want to go ahead and get a little bit of metal off of this. If you come over here to the side, you'll see a lot of people have created some windmills for you. So there's a windmill farm going on, and they've left some signs over here. So you're more than welcome to come over here. You're not taking from anybody in the game because windmills will only stack up to 100, and then they just sit there and they don't do anything else. They just they can't go past 100 on the wind that they have. So you might as well go ahead and snag it while nobody else is here, giving you a little bit for your travels just to get you started, which was kind of nice of everybody because when we first started, none of this was here, and we had to create our own windmills. In fact, it looks like somebody destroyed them because I think we created ours over here on the beach. But since then, we've gotten, a little bit more of a head start, and you can see somebody else created this walkway. But you said there was something else here earlier, right?
Yeah, there was actually a huge farm. It looked like a factory where you would put oops, right clicked on a sign. It looked like an actual factory for cutting wood. And somebody ended up stealing it and making this pathway.
See, that kind of sucks, but we know who made this pathway. They've left signs everywhere around here. I don't know if they stole it or not, or if maybe somebody else destroyed it and they did something with the stone. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on what exactly happened there. It just, if somebody spends a lot of time on there, because we have found one other house, and the house looked beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take the rest of this before we head out here. Tell this guy's to mine. No, the middle, because we don't have a lot of middle back at base.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to tell these guys to go back to mine. And we'll come back in a little while, maybe get a little bit more middle if somebody else hasn't already taken it all. But again, that's what it's here for, guys. That's what we created these guys for. And we're more than happy to share with it. And it doesn't look like the rock is taking any more damage, so that's good. Now, if you want to get to our base, where are you at?
I'm moving my guy over to your rock.
Okay, because you want the...
I want more metal.
Yeah. We got plenty of stone. In fact, Cypher found like the mother lode. Somebody must have died, and you were actually able to pick up their stuff up, which is amazing. He's actually stuck over here. You gotta move over a little bit.
Oh.
He can't go around the corners very well.
Come on.
My guy got stuck on a tree earlier, so I know exactly what that feels like. There you go. Now he's loose.
There we go.
How does he mine with his head? I mean, he has no arms.
Oh, he mines with his. He mines well. He's okay. He's an okay guy.
Let's go into trade. I'm gonna give these guys names. I'm gonna AC Gamer's Pet is what I called the last guy. I'm gonna call this guy AC Gamer's Servant? Nah, let's just go with Pet. I like Pet. That way people know who made them. And you guys are welcome to take the stuff. Let's go into trade.
Okay, there we go. Cypher Dex Florp. And nobody will get that reference unless they've watched our game.
Well, you know, that's actually a really cool game, by the way, guys. If you have not watched that one, definitely check it out. That guy's AC Gamer's Pet already, so let's just tell him to mine. That is from Scrap Mechanics, and Scrap Mechanics has to be one of the... It's a really interesting game, guys. It's actually really fun. But, of course, if you want to find our base, you come down here to the beach, and we're going to fly most of the way there. I'm going to wait for Cypher to get over here real quick, because I don't want to lose him. Let's see where you are. There you are. All right, go ahead and put on our win, and we are going to follow the path down here.
Fast. You always are.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm so much faster than you on the win, but could just be that my guy's lightweight. You know, for once in one video game, my guy's lightweight.
One video game finally.
Hey, I'm due a video game. So we are gonna come down here, and as you get over here, you'll see that there's ice over there in the distance, and you'll see there's a house right here. You're very, very close to where we're at now. Just take a left, go down this way, and as you go down the ocean, you'll see that somebody's created some kind of weird platform here. I don't know what they were doing with this, but that's not ours. You know, I thought we'd create a bridge, but I want to create a bridge that's tall enough for ships to go under once they add that into the game. So I don't want to do, you know, like a very small one. And you'll see there's our house right out there.
Are we going to the top?
We can. You'll see that
the top.
We've made some changes here. Let's give it a second for the world to load here on mine. You can see our house still hasn't loaded yet. If you're on a dock or over the ocean in any way, actually I just phased right through a wall right there. But yeah, if you're on the ocean in any way, the sharks can and will attack you. And if you go into the ocean just to try to kill that shark, don't be surprised if he's not even there. A lot of the time you don't get attacked by anything, but they will kill you. So be very, very cautious about that. Now, I went ahead and created a platform way, way, way up here that is on the top of the world. This is the highest it can go. You can go all the way up to the roof if you want to. This is the last block you're able to place. You can't go any higher than that. You'll see I'm trying to put something down and nothing will happen here. So I wanted to create a vantage point, someplace that we can get a nice view. So I figured we drop down a little bit and put some glass panels down, and then we'll make this a room of some sort where you can kind of come out here on the balcony. Did you fall off?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna just kick off mine right as I get to the bottom.
But if you stand up here, the fog kind of parts, it goes away. As long as you're not moving, the fog kind of clears up for you, because I think it comes in when you're moving really fast. That way it kind of hinders your travel over the world. But if you're standing up here, you can see pretty much as far as the eye can go, and it's absolutely beautiful. You'll see all the biomes that we have at our disposal. We have the ice biome over there. We have the desert one over there in the top left corner. We got some more of the green grassland kind of biomes. That's why we chose this spot. It's in between all the 3 biomes that they have in the game, and so many more. It's just, it's perfect. We got the ocean as well, if they ever make that a biome. You can see way over there, that is the mainland, and right over there in that distance is spawn point. So we're not too far away from where you start, but we're far enough away that we really don't get any griefers. There's nobody out here. I mean, of course, there's not much they could grief anyways, because our place is protected, but it's a beautiful, beautiful area.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, if you fall down like Cypher's doing right now, you fall for quite a long time before you even need to turn your little wind on. And you can see right there, yeah, that is just a long, long way down. But it took a while. It took a while to do, but we're fixing up our house again. They did do a server reset kind of thing, and we didn't lose everything, but we lost, you know, I would say about 60-70% of the work we had done on our house.
Yep.
And we're basically trying to rebuild what we had before. And I got a little water wheel that I'm kind of working on out there. It's not done yet. The dock is going to go completely around our house, and I think it's going to go over to the mainland once I create a bigger bridge so boats can go underneath it. These windmills right here aren't going to stay. They're going to go over into the water wheel, and you can kind of see that I've got it started here, and they're going to be in the inside. And so people can come over here if they want, and they can kind of go through and just collect all the wind that's out here. And at the very, very top of our tower, or maybe over here on the side, I'm not sure where we should put it yet, we're going to put a whole bunch of those electrical towers so people can come over here and get some of that if they need some of that as well. But I want it to be just kind of open for anybody to get you know, the resources they may need to get a good start. But now that we know that those golems can mine at spawn point, I don't really think it's going to even be necessary for people to come over here. Like, they're just going to have plenty of what they need. Let me go ahead and put some of these things in here. Now, be very careful what you put in a crate, because anybody who wants to grab that stuff is more than welcome to do so. You can't lock those out. So the only way to do that would be to close up your house completely. Doors are not a locking mechanism. People can open up doors even if it doesn't belong to them. So what I have seen other people do is seal the wall up completely behind them, and then when they come back, just destroy the wall and go into their house and seal it up again behind them. So that is a kind of a cool little technique. Have you done any of the red brick for your ovens?
I have not made a red brick oven yet, but I know that, or I think that it does better than the normal brick.
Does it? Because I made a couple, but I didn't notice any difference. So,
oh, really?
Well, I mean, yeah, I wasn't paying that close attention. So red brick is stone, sand, and frost. So let's go ahead and do some of that. I got 88 of them. Let's see, where do we want to put these? Should we put, let's put one up here behind it. There we go. And let me seal that up real quick because we don't want any holes in here. We don't want nobody peeking, guys. Okay, so let's see, how are we going to do this? Let me destroy that, and we will put some more brick down so we have a layer for it to go on. Actually, we don't even have to do that. We can just do this. Now, it's the same design as the other one. That's too far back, actually, so let's get rid of that. We don't want to waste any red brick because it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world, at least for us at the moment. Let's go ahead and do 4 right there, and then put on your, again, not right. God, I'm gonna get this right one, guys. One day we're gonna get this right. Okay, let's seal that back up, and we want to make it go a little higher. That way it, again, we don't want it right there in the back. Jeez, there we go. That is gonna be perfect. Let's do 2 there and 2 there. Then turn on your little tool that converts things, and there you go. There is your brick oven right there. And of course you can get rid of this stone up here at the top if it's causing some kind of weird little issue with the way it looks. But now you can put wood inside. I got 365 wood right here, so I'll go ahead and put that in there. We got wood cooking down here on the bottom. How many did you put in there? 40?
For like 60.
Oh, you put 60?
Yeah.
It looked like it might be cooking it faster, maybe.
Is it?
Maybe. I mean, the only way to tell would be to...
Oh, yeah, it's cooking a whole lot faster because I'm just now at 3 here, and that's already at 2.3.
See, so I guess the red brick ones are just a slight bit faster, depending on how much you need, how quickly you might need it. That would be a good path to go. You said you have plenty of stone, right? You don't need any more?
I have a ton of stone, but I have no wood or clay.
Clay. Okay, so let me put some in here. I'll put some sand. Actually, no, not that one.
I'm sorry, not clay, but yeah, you're right, sand.
Let me put some sand. I'll put some frost in there. I'll put some metal and some crystal, as well as some electricity. And I'll take your tools out and put them in the other one. There we go.
Okay.
And that should be everything that you need to make your floors and everything like that. Actually, let me get a little bit of that metal. That way I can make some flooring as well while we wait. And we're going to make this kind of a unique design. We're going to have it go up in floors, and each floor is going to have its own theme. There we go. I got 56 in there. And as you can see right here, this is going to be, you know, a nice open area, but the floor right above it is even more so, but in a different kind of way. It uses a different stained glass right there. So I kind of like the way that looks.
Like that.
The stained glass.
That looks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I mean, I have never done it before. It blocks a lot of the view. I mean, you can't really see as much out, but it looks more like a wedding chapel kind of look to me.
Yeah.
Now, what are you doing on your side? Like, what's the plan that you have for some of the higher up floors?
I know I want to make a complete glass floor, including the roof and the sides, so that it can look down, say, on this first floor. But I think I'll only do that once, and then trying to figure out I'll follow pretty much what you do until we get up. What is it, 4th floor? And then 4th floor, we should probably change it up.
Right. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, with the floors that I got, I just kind of winged it, but you're more than welcome to design the floors above. Really, the only floor that I have above this one is the main floor that goes all the way up to the very top. And that one is just more of a scenic view than anything else. So, although it's actually pretty nice of a place to take off, by the way, guys. If you're if you take off from up there, not only do you get a nice view of where you're going, but it also seems to be a little safer from getting attacked by sharks. So you don't really see that being a thing anymore when you're up that high, which is really, really nice considering the fact that, you know, we would die all the time crossing the river or crossing that ocean, whatever you want to call it, to go over there to the desert biome. That desert biome is not safe.
You know what I just thought?
What's up?
I wonder if those golems will harvest those old trees. You know, the big old trees?
Oh, you might be right, because those are kind of rare too.
Yeah. And they I mean, if you were to break one down by itself, it has 136 wood in it.
I bet you're right. I bet they probably do mine that. So you can have golems mining everything in the game for you, and after a while, you really wouldn't be very low on resources at all.
Yep.
And I think that's what they want. I think they want you to be able to concentrate on doing your building and not so much on collecting resources at a later date. Like, I think they want you to get used to the game, and when you first start off, have to do that. But then after a while, just kind of be like, okay, I got the hang of this. I want to be able to build a giant structure like this, and I don't want to have to stop every 2 or 3 hours to go off and mine for 6 or 7 hours, so I can do like 30 minutes of work.
I think I have an idea of what the bed might be.
I've seen the bed. I mean, I've gone into creative mode and I've looked at it. It just looks fairly complicated because it has a lot of pieces. It has red fabric. It has white pillow fabric, and so it has just a lot of different things you need to put down. They,
Yeah.
they they did do an update today, guys, and the update they said they were adding in the bed, and they added a few other things in there as well. 9 right there. Okay. Yeah, they've added a few other things in there as well, and they fixed a few of the bugs that they were having. And of course, like we said, they did do a reset on the server at a certain point. So they're doing some pretty good stuff on here, and they're
Yep.
definitely changing things for the better. And the game's still in early development right now. It's still early access on Steam. If you guys want to check it out, you're more than welcome. I would highly suggest that you guys go on there and give them a thumbs up, or at least write a review. Even if you don't have the game yet, you can go on there and be like, hey, you guys, I've seen the game. It looks really cool. I definitely want to check it out. Whatever you want to write, but just let people know about it, because that seems to be like, there's so many games on Steam. It's hard for any game company to really, break into that unless they got the support of the community. And if you want to see more games like this, if you're a fan of games where you can build your own stuff and you like the way this one looks, the best way to get more games like that in the future is to support the publishers and the manufacturers who make games like that for you.
Can you do something for me?
What's up, man?
Can you change this floor? Because we have a line now showing where the halfway mark is, or at least cover the hole they have in the floor over here, down at the bottom.
What floor?
Very first.
Very first floor. How do I get it in? Did you leave a doorway?
Well, you have your stairs up top.
Okay, so you didn't leave a doorway. Let me come down.
Yeah.
All right.
You gotta fly everywhere. I'll see how it is.
Well, that is the only way I can get in. You didn't leave any door. Let me put. Oh, I don't have any sand, so I can't create one of those things. A round window. I guess I'll just put a tile there for now.
Yeah. Well, you don't really have to have have a tile there at all, because of the line at the top shows exactly where it is.
All right, so we got that in there. What are you gonna do on your side?
I don't know. I kind of want to just make I want to make a stairway the same way you have it. That way, when we get to the top, like I said, we could cap them off, keep people from coming in whenever we're offline. But I'll go the opposite way, of course. Yeah, you can't have it going the same way.
Well, I mean, if we have just one stairway, we'll have more space in each floor, and then, like you said, when we get to the top, that's the place we can put two stairways, and that way on that one floor, I'll be able to cap mine off, you'll be able to cap yours off, and we'll be able to protect the base that way.
Well, if you want, we could put like, I don't know, a row of brick furnaces, and then that way they don't have to be under the stairway. And since we're both able to access them, we can have them all right there. You said it takes sand?
It takes sand, a brick, and fire, I think is what I said, right?
Yeah, to make red brick.
Yeah.
Takes 0.5 sand. I can only make one brick. Let's go up. You said you had some sand in one of these chests?
Oh yeah, I put a whole bunch in there. What if you created a giant fireplace out of that red brick, put some of that lava rock in there? I've seen some other guy put some torches on top of that, and it actually looked like a fireplace. Like he made an actual fireplace out of the bricks, and then put those things around it, and it had a pretty cool look to it. So I mean, we could make that entire bottom part kind of look like a kitchen. Like that's where you do all your stuff. So we'll put like wooden tiles down there or something along the lines, so that it feels kind of homely, and I don't know, just kind of change it up from what it is now a little bit, but not on the outside, just on the inside. Because you can do those like half slabs, and they don't take up very much space. And then you can put those on like pieces of the wall, and
well,
I mean, I'll leave the design to you down there.
1, 2, 3, 5.
And I have seen people kind of come over here, guys. They have come by and checked out our place. I did have one guy take a lantern. I don't know if he clicked at it by accident, but he didn't put it back. So I'm guessing he didn't. Like I said, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they took it because they needed it, or Maybe he didn't know how to make the recipe. We did have somebody come over here when we were first starting out, and they wanted to click on the lightning towers because they had never seen one before, and they just wanted to know what they did. So you got a lot of different levels of.
Which we're gonna have to make again. I think we should have a floor dedicated to lightning towers.
See, the thing about that is, if we do it, we need to do it somewhere at the top because it goes through every floor underneath it.
Yeah. All right. Let's see, and then we'll go up to.
Wow, I can do so much of this stuff now because we got so much of that iron.
Yeah.
Let me go back to spawn real quick while you're doing that.
Okay.
Snag some more real quick. I can't believe they're letting us actually get iron out of these things. That's freaking amazing, guys, if you ask me. This stuff, it's not super rare on the map, but it's not exactly the easiest thing to find either. So let's go ahead and grab that. 240. 224, actually. It's not letting me snag it. Why not?
What?
In the middle. There we go. Oh, okay, so it was just a delayed reaction. Let's go ahead and tell it to mine. How much do we have? 3,360 off of one of the iron.
What?
Yeah, I was clicking on it. I guess it was lagging, and I clicked on it. I mean, he only had like 300 on him, but I clicked on it, and it was lagging, and I just kept clicking it, and then when it finally came back, it gave me like 3,000. So I'm guessing it freaked out there for a second, and gave me more than it should have. So I'll take it. 3,000 is good. I mean, I'm not gonna run out of that anytime soon.
Yep.
You don't use it all that often to begin with, so we'll take the rest of that stone too. 700. Tell you to keep mining, and let's go back and fly. Doesn't take too long to get back to our place either, so this is perfect. Now I have, and so does Cypher. We found a few other rocks throughout the world that we haven't given the address to, and we've put like 14 or 15 golems sitting there on each one, just mining stone. So that is.
Wrong click.
What'd you do?
Right clicked.
Oh yeah, you got a heavy finger, man. You got a heavy finger. You got to watch out, man. You come back sometimes, guys, and you will find that Cypher has created holes throughout your entire base, just randomly, just little tiny holes here and there.
That's a good guy. That's a good guy who does that. He makes you work.
He's just,
for a living.
He's just putting a little bit of AC in there, guys. That's what it is. Just a little bit of air conditioning. Let's see. We are pretty close to our base. I don't know why we get so many load worlds. I have noticed that the loading world thing has increased the more people who are on. And of course, if you want to see who's on, you can hit the tab button, hold it down. You'll see how many people are on. There's only 3 of us on right now. And then, of course, if you want to see your location, you just hit the F3 button, and it shows you the coordinates of where you're at the moment. So
I'm out of sand. I'm gonna have to get more.
See, sand. That is going to be an interesting thing. What do you think is over there that you could get a golem to mine nonstop? What do you think that rock looks like?
Oh, probably one of those pillars.
Pillars. See, I've never seen a pillar that was big enough that actually had sand in it. Like the pillars that are over there are all stone.
Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and put all my gems and electricity, and I'll keep my fire. Drop my metal off, or my stone off. I need to take my fire.
I got some in that fireplace down there if you want to take it.
Yeah, I went ahead and took a little bit of it.
I'll take it all, man.
Let's see. So I got some fireballs, about 187 fireballs. And I have to pick up some wind also.
How can you be at a wind? Like, how can you be close
to
No,
I mean, I'm at 677. I just haven't picked up wind in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's not looking good. That's it. I did that wrong.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I don't know why it looks that way. Oh, I know why.
What are you talking about? What looks what way?
The brick. I didn't face it out.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna do the exact same design all the way up to the very top, guys. We're just kind of sticking with the design we have for now because we both seem to like it quite a bit, and it gives us a like we know what we can do when the other person is not on, you know. So that's kind of nice because we do want to we want to get this all the way up to the very top at some point down the road, and then come back and change things up a little bit because that's once you have the flooring in and you have the walls on and things of that sort, very easy to go back and especially if you have stairways, easy to go back and add things in or take things out once you have it to that point. Three, four,
Yep.
five, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. I'm gonna try to find. Well, let me go to the top first and see if I can find it. I like that we can make this many floors, though. This is absolutely insane.
Right? Can you imagine all the way up there? Like, I mean, we can do it. It's just going to take forever and so many resources to do now. But now that we know we can get a nice steady supply, I don't see it being a problem. I can definitely see this being, not a chore anymore, but kind of like a, something enjoyable to try to do.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get that in there. Right there. There we go. Now, what would you like to do other than build this building? Like, do you have other designs in your mind kind of racing through of what you might do outside on the docks? Or do you have like bridges that you want to build or,
Well, we
things of
could.
that sort?
I think we should definitely build boats on both sides of the island. Wherever we decide the docks are going to be,
Oh,
it's just
what kind of boat do you want to build? Like, what's your theme? You're talking like early 1800s pirate ship? Or are you
like a
talking about like a
galleon.
galleon from like the Spanish?
Yep.
Yeah, we could do that because that's actually one of the biggest ships out there, guys. It's a beautiful ship. I love that kind of design. The English I think had a pretty big ship as well. What was it like the 40 cannons or something like that or something?
Man of War.
They got ridiculously big. In fact, I think I even read a story once about how they created a boat so big that it sailed, but the moment it fired, it was so powerful that it just
It
toppled the
flipped
thing.
itself.
Yeah. So they got ridiculously large and powerful at some point, but it's the same way with anything. It's like when you get to the military, the bigger the gun, usually the better. But at some point, you just get so big, it doesn't work anymore. Like that's just not
Yep.
the right path to go. So yeah, those ships have an interesting history, and it'd be kind of cool to put a few of them down and maybe make this like a hangout or something like that where people can come over here. But the problem with that is the boats will not be protected because only our houses are protected. So if you guys
Yep.
want to come out and join us, if you want to come out and create a plot of land out here or do something along those lines, like you guys have done with like Minecraft on our stuff, you're more than welcome to do that. We would love to have you out here. We're not saying that because we want you to take over one of the boats. You're more than welcome to do whatever you want. You can even create like an underground water base or something like that. But I don't know if you can do that. Like, if I don't know if you can survive down there because I know your little minions, they will suffocate in the water, and you probably will do the same thing.
Yep.
6, 7, 8, 9. Right there.
Looks have to blow some things up. I don't know if they have sand in them.
What's that?
These statue.
Most of them don't. The only ones that seem to have sand in them are the ones that are lightly colored gray, like the blacker ones. Those are all
Yeah.
brick.
Yeah.
If it's red or reddish, then it might have a little bit of sand in there as well. I've actually found that if you you left the server.
Yeah. It wasn't letting me do anything.
Yeah, I've seen that happen quite a bit. If you fly for a long period of time, a lot of the time you have to sit there and wait
Are
for a few
you
minutes.
kidding me? Just lost my resources.
You lost all your resources?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, we just fired an air and my sword.
What, didn't that happen to you earlier and then you did something and it came back?
No,
I thought you logged back out and you got all your stone and stuff back.
no. I I left all that stone, thank goodness. But it seems like every time I log out, I lose everything on me.
See, that's a little glitch right there, guys. It's not supposed to be happening, but as we said before, it's still in early access. It's still a early access Steam, so there's gonna be those kind of problems, little hiccups. So if you're coming in here expecting a finished product and not to have to deal with anything like that, it's not gonna be what you're gonna get, guys. It's you're getting to see the game, maybe months, sometimes years before the rest of the public gets to see it, because you're willing to put up with the fact that it's still in development, and because you get to play it, you're also getting to help design the game. You get to leave feedback on the forums. You get to make contact with the developers and be like, hey, this is what's going on. These are the problems that I've made, or problems that I've had. Yeah, you made them. I guess you kind of have, because you're playing the game, but you can leave feedback and say, I don't really like the way the system's working, or I really like the way the crafting's going. Could you maybe add this in there, or maybe take that out? And a lot of the time, these publishers, they listen to what you guys have to say. So, at least the good ones, I think, definitely consider. They all have their own vision. Of course, they're the ones putting in the time and the effort, and they have the knowledge to do what they're doing. So at some point, they kind of, maybe have to ignore what some people are saying and be like, we have a different idea. We're going down a different path, and so we're not going to be, doing that what you want, even if everybody out there is saying it. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right there. But it comes down to what they want to build and what type of game they want, because we've seen it with other MMOs out there where the publishers, they kind of just give in to whatever demands that people have, and what you end up getting is a game that's really not suitable or designed for any one particular person. It's a little bit of a hodgepodge of everything that anybody's ever spouted out of their mind or their head, of like, why don't we do this, or why don't we do that? And it doesn't really make for the greatest game. So try not to hold it against them if they don't always listen to what you have to say. Sometimes, and I actually find it very, very enjoyable to see what they have. Like, you read a book and you imagine what the spaceship looks like in that book, because not all the time they're incredibly descriptive. Sometimes it's very vague, and even if they're incredibly descriptive, you still come up with a different image than the guy sitting next to you. But then you watch the movie, right, and you're like, it's not what I thought the ship looked like, but it's freaking awesome, right? Like, that's even better than what I thought the ship like. Or maybe it's just different, and I find that highly enjoyable. So it's the same thing with video games, that I just like to see the other guy's perspective. Like, what did they think that was supposed to look like, and did it come out pretty good, or was that, was your idea even better? And maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. It really comes down to perspective, but that's what these games for me are all about, is just seeing through somebody else's eyes.
Well, if you if the creator lets the gamer control their vision, then or doesn't stand up for their vision, then they may as well have not even made the game at all, because they're just allowing themselves to be controlled by the gamers.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a fine line, because you do want to listen to what the gamers want, like they do kind of lead you in the right direction for the most part. If you're doing something that's just absolutely horrible, and everybody who's playing your game tells you that, and then you ignore them anyways, and then you fail, well, you got what you got, because you didn't listen to what people were saying. But you also have to, like you said, stand up for your own vision and go with that. So like I said, it's a very fine line, and you got to know where to draw and where to stand up for yourself. So it's hard. So it's hard for both sides, because the gamers, they tend to get very very agitated if people don't listen to them, and it's like, you got to let them have the freedom to do what they're going to do, even if they make those mistakes, but hopefully not too many.
Yeah. Well, I'm making some windmills, but while I'm doing this, I'm thinking I might as well just harvest and then go spawn, because I know that there's windmill there.
Oh yeah, there's tons of windmills there, and you can get some more iron while you're there, and a little bit more stone as well, so that's always a good thing to go back and snag some of that. And who knows, you might get that little glitch that I got. Not that I'm saying we should take advantage of the game or anything like that, guys, but, when the game will do what it kind of just did to Cypher, where it takes, like, all the stuff that he had just mined, and then you have another glitch that gives you stuff back in return, it's kind of just evening itself out. It's not like we're exploiting it so that we can get more than we already had. There's been several times where we just die out of the blue for no reason. Like we're not over water, we're not doing anything. We're standing on top of our base, doing what we always do, and we'll just poof and lose everything we have on us. So that's
Oh,
that's not supposed to happen. So
I,
when you lose everything, that sucks.
I found one of those stone things, so I'm gonna go ahead and write it down that I was talking about.
Stone things. Oh, for the lava.
For our creature actions to try to harvest.
For the sand or whatever that's over there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty nice if that actually works because, guys, sand, it's I won't say it's rare because nothing in this game is really super rare, but they don't make it easy to harvest for sure because it's like one piece here, one piece there, and if you're doing it like the old-fashioned way with your magic, then I guess it's not too bad. But once you get to a certain stage, you're more likely just to use your flamethrower, your fireball, to destroy objects, and then going back to the old-fashioned way, it's really really slow. So
4, 5, 2.
but guys, I think we're going to go ahead and
Ouch.
end the episode here. Again,
Yep.
I want to thank you all for watching. If you do enjoy these videos, I would highly suggest you guys go check out Cypher Deck. He has some really, really good Let's Plays, and he's coming out with more all the time, guys. As well as go onto Steam and let the manufacturer, let the publisher know what you think of their game. Just give them a little thumbs up on Steam. Write that little review out there. Help them out. It definitely helps them, grow and produce more games in the future. And I think they've done a fantastic job with this game so far. And I can't wait to see where it goes.
Absolutely.
And guys, I'm AC Gamer,
This is Cypher Deck.
and we will catch you next time.
Bye.